Hey, mother funners. This is editing Mike. I ate the edit fruit. So this episode was recorded from Discord. I was kind of recording it on my end. So there's a little range of audio quality. I apologize in advance that I'm kind of much louder than the other two on here. But I hope you enjoy it all the same. And, it's a real good time was had. And I think this is worth a listen if you can put up with the difference in audio quality from our usual episodes. So enjoy. All right. Love you all. Kisses.
Laughs, bits, tangents. Matt and Mike, virginal fans, began watching One Piece and everything the show had to offer, and their nonsense ideas drove them to create their podcast.
Buggy the Clown is back. Fuck.
This is a One Piece podcast. GG.
These words lured listeners to their grand show in what's now known as the Fun Piece Podcast.
Yayo, 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 ho ho, set sail for Fun Piece. It's the name of the podcast with Matt and Mike. Yayo, yayo, set sail for Fun Piece. Hey everybody, welcome to the Fun Piece Podcast. My name is Matt.
My name's Mike, and we found somebody just floating in the water outside Sabaody. Currently lighting up. I don't know if the bong rips are coming through.
I got him.
Oh god damn it! I was really hoping they would. I was like, "Holy shit! If they don't, this bit is not worth it."
It's absolutely worth it. It'll come through.
It sounds like.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh wait, hold on. I can do.
Perfect.
There we go. That was definitely a bong and not tea. He's too busy. He's too busy with the bong. We got King. King.
It's so lit.
We have our cameras on, right? This is a Funeglyph. This is the Sabaody Amazon Lily impelled down Funeglyph. Triple threat.
Triple threat, strong as fuck. That's why we got 3 guys on here.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Why would you for the women focused arc not have 3 guys talking about it?
Oh god. Welcome, King. It's great to see you.
Yep.
Wow, it's beautiful to be here.
Yeah. Good morning.
Wow. Yeah, I do want to issue an official apology to anybody that fully listened to my first, my first One Piece, fucking like the little audio message editing thing that I sent in. Appreciate anybody that listened through that. I listened back to that, not under the influence, and wow, I shriveled up inside of myself. Wow. It's just a lesson. Hey, look, I got better.
You did, you're doing a lot of like, it's like a radio play, and we're looking forward to the next chapter.
Yeah, you allegedly blew up in the last one.
I know.
Hey, I got the rough drafts. I'm cooking. Don't worry, I'm cooking.
I mean, we've got I think people just have honorary bits now, or like segments, because Ben Tenru is the secret 3rd or 4th chair of this podcast at all times. But yeah, so this is our Funeglyph where we just kind of shoot the shit, talk about the arcs in general. Our takes, but we like to have a 3rd chair, someone who's not on here regularly, who we can, be like, well, how'd you get into One Piece? What's your experience? What do you hate? What do you not hate? How did we convince you to love Foxy? That kind of stuff.
No convincing needed there, buddy.
Were you a Foxy fan before?
I was somewhat, and then I'll tell you one thing. Doing rips is frequently as possible, watching that arc is one of the best things ever, because that's when the art style is all updated and changed.
Yep.
And everything's all bright and colorful and all new and squishy, as you guys would describe the animation style, and it's just so beautiful.
They put a lot of.
And it also. But yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, it is crazy. Like, I've mentioned it before, but you watch the, like, Luffy and Foxy fight, and they put so much more effort into the animation than when he fights, like, Lucci or some other villains later on.
Exactly. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, like, he is dead ass a real threat, and I'm glad you were the first. You were the first person I've ever heard acknowledge Foxy as a real threat. As much as he actually was. He was giving Luffy the business.
I know, Luffy's carrying that trauma close to his heart.
He literally brings it up in Amazon Lily, where he's like, "Oh no, it's Litho Beam!" Like he's still
he's freaking terrified, bro.
Yeah. God, I fucking love Foxy so much. I can't wait till we get to that movie. I'm so fucking. I'm buying a Blu-ray copy. Like I'm gonna. That's going on the shelf.
That's getting put in a frame and put on the wall.
Yeah. It's incredible. I think long-term goal for this podcast, when we can stop doing it, is not when we finish One Piece, but when we get the voice actor for Foxy on here to do like a full interview.
Absolutely.
And then
even if that happens like tomorrow, it's like, oh well, we got to end early. Sorry guys, we're gonna wrap it up.
We'll do two. We'll do like an interview with the man, and then we'll pay him extra money to just do a full episode as Foxy.
Oh no, we'll just pay him to take over the podcast.
Yeah,
it's just he'll solo the rest of the podcast, and he'll just do it as Foxy.
Yeah. That'd be incredible. That would be
release the Foxy cut.
So yeah, I mean, I guess like what we kind of know our takes on the arcs. I've kind of like, I think we were a little ruthless on Amazon Lily, and I think like getting some more context for Boa Hancock was very helpful. Impel Down was really fun. We got Buggy back. Saba Odi was great because we got, I think, the best punch in One Piece so far.
Oh, absolutely.
But what are your feelings on it? How did you like these arcs?
Well, starting with Amazon Lily, it was really interesting because what I really do like about listening to your guys' podcast is because like around the same time that I started like rewatching the show like, with my wife is like around we were like around like the same-ish arcs, so we're kind of like around the same place. Like I'm only a little bit further ahead of you guys like now, but. Yeah, so like revisiting Amazon Lily was really interesting, just to really truly see the duality in Oda. This man will draw the same fucking woman, the same goddamn character design for all these women, and then we get to the one arc where he knows how to draw different women.
Yeah,
it's like a big like fuck you to anybody. The fact that he just put them all on one island, it feels like.
Yeah.
He's like, I do know how to draw different ladies. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, we got Kokoro, we get the tastes, we get Lola. Like, he's been giving us a little bit to know. But yeah, Amazon Lily is just like full on. He's like, no, I can do it. I just choose not to. And he seems fully aware.
I have a type.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Nami, because that's what he married, right?
That ass, yeah.
Yeah. That's one way to find love. It's just like, all right, I'll make a hit manga. Yes.
He's a true manifester, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. These were like, I guess there was like a lot of intensity and like emotional moments more than usual. It was getting into like heavier stuff with like the sex trade and shit that like it doesn't like, I still don't think it fully tackles, but maybe it will later on. I'm sure we get like a full Boa Hancock, like Fisher Tiger background thing.
Oh yeah, there is some further stuff that like gets expanded on, especially in like where I'm at around the Fishman arc, which is like the second arc ahead of you guys after Marineford. And
I
then a lot
imagine
of that gets more expanded on there, but yeah, like go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I mean, it seems like that's kind of where we're going with the what are they called? The celestial
Dragons.
dragons or whatever. Yeah, I feel like there was so much emphasis on like fish people and mermaids and stuff, and like
Mm.
in the slave trade, the enslaved people trade auction house, and it was like it felt like we were going to a place where they were gonna really like delve into that, and then like Kuma and Kizaru and everything popped up and kind of sidetracked it all as we were on
Yeah.
our way to Fisherman Island. So it feels like we're like gonna delve into that in a bit, which will be really
Well, with like
interesting.
Jimby being around too, I think we're gonna get more of that history. It was cool. So something we've kind of talked about, Matt, like, me just being like, ace, whatever. Uh, so, because I'm a piece of shit. Um,
You are. It's fine. It's
I,
fine.
I mean, I think there's moments like, I was talking to my partner about it, and she was like, Amazon Lily hit hard, and she like felt it really hard because it was like, even with like the little bit, like it was mostly hinting toward, like, she could relate to that on a level that I, due to my experiences and being like a white dude in America, like never had to think about or perceive. Whereas like the thing that hit me was like the Usopp Luffy fight. Like I think there's what's incredible is that this man who I assume is just inside his studio 24/7 like I think he's reading about things more than he's like living the life. I don't know what Oda gets up to in his spare time, but he's hitting points of like, I don't know, just life and cultures and stuff that I think, because One Piece is going on so long and is so broad, like he's able to like hit a chord with everybody. Like you might feel one thing really hard that like, and then the next thing won't resonate as much, but somebody else is going to be like, oh no, that like tore me to shreds. Like I couldn't see, I was crying so hard. Cause you never know. I don't know. Like, like I felt the hero look stuff. Like I'm a big, animal, like I love animals, so like the whole chopper thing like completely broke me down, and I like resonated with the grungly old man. um yeah, I guess where I'm going with that, like, King, is there anything that like really like struck a chord with you so far, or is there something like later on that like resonates with you that like hit like a life experience or something? And
I think
was it
a
was it
lot
long ring long land?
brought me to tears.
Yeah.
Just to see Chopper get traded like that and yelled at.
It
My
kind of
poor,
was like the gym class experience. Sorry, what were you saying?
my poor baby boy. No. Actually, in the next upcoming arc is where I feel like things truly hit the hardest. They hit so hard to where I can watch a shitty 3D render of this exact arc in a video game where it's animated at half speed. It looks choppy as shit. Things are the heads are misproportions. The teeth are moving a lot more than like you would think. Like fucking piano keys. Like they're talking with their teeth. It's very weird and strange to see. But that rendition of the story, of just the baseline story, just covering over some Marineford shit, got me bawling completely to tears and just falling, just because like the story is just so tightly told, and and it was really interesting, like hearing like some other people's like One Piece opinions and like really not really understanding like truly what the importance was until they got past Marineford and like truly felt like that hurt, because I think that's where Oda really hits his stride in his shit. For lack of a better term, like it manages to hit on several levels that I would think are like, wow, like this is like truly something that you would see on like traditional TV, like Breaking Bad, prestige,
Yeah.
prestige TV stuff. but it's distilled down into like 500 episodes into this fucking anime, which is like such a goddamn commitment.
I know it
to
is
get to, so it's like weird.
it is like no. Once you're gonna like watch episode 150, that shit's gonna pay off in episode 300. But then when you get to episode 500, you're gonna be like, oh my god. All right, well,
Exactly, bro. Like your pussy's gonna fall out, I swear.
It's so hard to like try to convince people, which I feel like is the fun of this podcast, where we're like people have been telling us to watch One Piece and get excited about stuff, and it's like you're saying 500 episodes in, you're like, it's so fucking good, and trying to convince people to actually watch it to that point is always.
like understanding that hearing a slideshow about how much this man getting shot to protect his sons got me bawling to tears. Like that doesn't make any type of sense to anybody. Like what? What does that mean?
It's a hurt. I mean, because we come from the Dragon Ball world, Matt. We're anime babies. And I don't think I ever try to really convince anybody to watch Dragon. Like, I'm like, I love it. Watch this arc or whatever. But like, unless you like are into that, like if you can handle buff people yelling for a while, but yeah, One Piece is a hard sell. And I'm sure there's like dregs of the community like there is for anything, but it does feel like everyone we've interacted with is just like, I just fucking love this shit so much. It makes me so happy, and I want other people to be happy. But then they're like secretly like, I also want you to be torn down to your like raw core and break as a human, and then feel more deeply.
It will absolutely rip you open in shreds.
I've got two of my best buddies. Like I've told them like because I've got a buddy who loves Dragon Ball, but his biggest complaint is that like the Z fighters, like everyone but Goku and Vegeta, kind of stop being relevant. Right? Like they don't do much. But One Piece is like, nah, what if Yamcha was still around and like did shit like consistently? Like that's what you get, like Usopp, Chopper, Nami, who are like on paper not gonna be doing the damage that Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji are, but like they still do a lot and they're really important, and like the other three would be dead without them 90% of the time. Zoro can't fucking take a hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's fucking beautiful to see those big like key moments where it's like, oh shit, Usopp gets to be the fucking MVP.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, everyone literally would have died after Skypiea if he didn't hop under the ship and put all the air dials under there like quick as like it's absolutely crazy.
He kept the ship going despite everything, and then fucking like I don't think
he's not a mechanic.
Yeah.
Imagine not being a mechanic and working on a car and keeping it running for that long. That's crazy.
Yeah. It is just like you
throw
open
some of this shit in here and it'll work fine.
You open the hood up and it's all just Flex Seal and like rubber bands. Fucking, I mean, like Zoro owes everything to Chopper at this point. I think Zoro wouldn't be alive if Chopper wasn't there.
Absolutely not.
Like,
but no.
Their relationship makes a lot of sense. Where Zoro's like, I just got to keep this thing on my hip because when
my last resort, just throw this little reindeer at someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dude. I can't tell if that's the most adorable relationship or if Chopper and Robin is more adorable.
It is.
They're both so goddamn wholesome.
I do love that Robin would kill. She'd probably kill all the other Straw Hats for Chopper if need be.
Absolutely.
She's like, don't. This is my child. He's probably what convinced her to like fully like join up and everything. She's like, yeah, this guy. Them playing board games. Yeah.
I mean, seeing Chopper with his arms folded on top of the tower. Like,
oh my god.
I would have folded and started bawling and crying too. Like, look at him. My little man. He's so tough.
Usopp has like the most hit points out of anybody in One Piece.
That's the thing.
I feel bad, like, you guys, like, I mean, you guys both play video games. You know, like, when you're playing a game and your character gets shot a billion times, but then in a cutscene, the one bullet actually hurts them?
Yeah.
Zoro's, like, the dude in the cutscene, and Usopp is outside of that. Like, Usopp can get blown up, shot, stabbed, like, keel-hauled, anything, and then he'll just get back up. Poor fucking Zoro he's like, no, you're gonna get like the biggest hit of all, and then you're gonna be the only one affected by your injuries for the next like 3 arcs.
Goodness.
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, no. Seeing Zoro like fold in Sabaody just because brother his heart was given out
yeah,
Oh my
is
god.
just heartbreaking. It's like, oh
yeah.
no.
What do you think?
Seeing Usopp stand in front of a goddamn admiral, like, this YouTuber, I can't remember, TBK Skyken, or TBK Skyken or something like that. I think it's just TB Skyken. Now that I think about it, need a second. The brain just had to load. But yeah, he put it the best by like describing like all the Straw Hats motivations, like by singling out Usopp's as like his is the only ones that is something that he can only fulfill by himself.
Yeah,
Like just like
Yeah.
truly by himself, is the only merit and the only way that he can feel that. And it's like, oh wow, like that's crazy. Like everybody else, they can actually do that. It's something physical, but his is it's truly something of itself, because all merits by what we've fucking seen in the show. Like, yeah, he stood in front of a fucking admiral and
Yeah.
didn't run away.
and it's still
Like,
not
yeah,
enough.
like,
It's still not enough for
right,
him.
and it's still not enough for him. Like that's
Yeah,
That's
it is.
so. Oh my god, that's so interesting. I don't know if we talked about that before. Where literally like every Straw Hat has a finite, almost like goal that can
I think you
like
brought it up before, Matt. I don't know,
this
remember
or
if it was recorded or not, but you like mentioned how I think you mentioned it briefly before. I don't know, or maybe it was in an email or something.
it's so interesting. I just love that. I mean, Usopp is. I love all the Straw Hats dearly. Usopp's never one where I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, I love Usopp, but he's not my top 3.
It's hard to love the characters you see yourself most in, who are
Oh my
most a
god, shut the
reflection.
fuck up.
exactly
Him.
It might be that, and also that might be
Unrealistic.
why I'm so similar to Usopp. But like truly, it's like he cannot achieve his goal until he like allows himself to feel that he has done that, and it's like he might never not ever do that.
Yeah,
He might not ever achieve that, and that's so. Even though you have the moments where he's like standing down on Kizaru and like just like fucking he might, and other people might be like, holy shit, Usopp, look at you, but
yeah,
if he doesn't feel that way, he won't achieve. That's just
that's really good.
it's
That's
like
really
the
good.
It
pushing
gets
the
me-
boulder
gets
up
me
the
about
hill.
to tearing up.
I mean, he's too depressed to love himself that much. It's
Yeah,
confirmed,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, we found that out through Persona
Um,
or Perona. Yeah, there we go.
yeah, yes.
Persona's really
I can't wait till we get to Persona. I think we do.
Persona.
I've seen pictures of like a furry bunny girl or something.
What if
Gosh,
it's
the
just
furry arc is interesting.
There's all
Perona-
furry art. Fuck. God damn it.
Perona
It's
just makes
very
one of
interesting.
Perona makes one of her creatures that just looks just like her, and it's Persona.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in that arc, we unsurprisingly find out that Sanji is a furry, which I don't feel bad spoiling because I don't think that's a spoiler. We knew he
No,
would
it's-
freak on
We
anything.
knew.
It
we
tracks.
Knew.
If
He would freak on anything that's got a pair of yapos. Like, that's he needs the Lord. Like, I'm sorry. I'm feeling extra aggressive because
Bring
I
it.
don't know
Bring
if
it.
y'all
We
have
love
been
it.
warned. I don't know if y'all have been warned, but
Fishman Island, right? Is
Fishman Island is the worst Sanji arc. Oh my god.
We historian definitely warned us that Fishman
yeah,
Island's gonna be.
challenging.
I will say though, on the second watch, it is a whole lot more tolerable. It is a whole lot more funny. The more I feel just Oda taking the piss out of people because of how serious certain things are played, and I think things kind of get flipped on the interesting way, and it does weirdly lead to some interesting stories that you wouldn't expect. You're like, oh shit, okay, this actually developed into something that was deeper around the world. I didn't expect that.
Interesting. Yeah.
Sometimes I would have flip it on you, I guess.
Well, we'll see where
Whatever
Sanji goes. Boy, I think he's been on like a steady decline, and then we got the revelation at fucking Spooky Island there. What's it called?
What is it, Mike? You have to remember.
Oh my
You
god!
remember that?
Big Scary
What
House,
is it?
Scooby-Doo Islands.
It was recently.
Literally-
Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark.
Yeah,
Got it.
did it.
They had Pink Nami.
I mean, she at least had different eyeballs.
She did have different eyeballs.
Yeah.
Did have different eyeballs.
I can't wait to meet fucking Lola's mom. I feel like that's gonna pay off in like 300 episodes.
Oh yeah, I believe that's episode. I believe that's around like 700.
Yeah, that's right.
Or
Okay.
800, I think.
That tracks.
They got our Beaver card. They'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Goddamn, Matt.
Big Mom.
Matt, did you have some games for it or
Games.
Oh, the villain tier list is what you
I
have.
do. We have to update the villain tier list, which is very important.
So,
Oh, wow.
I
King,
don't know if you've seen it before, King. I'm sure you're in the Discord.
you're the community representative. You speak for all Fun Piece fans. You are the mother funner.
I can't believe I'm the liaison today, bro.
Yeah. You're like, oh, these idiots. Let me share my screen.
So
and
when you
then
get mad at how this tier list breaks down, it's all King's fault.
we can review. We can definitely review. Here we go. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit.
Got the world on my show first.
Oh God. Is it
Okay,
Brian?
so this is what we had before.
Oh God. Okay. So can you see this? Yeah.
I gotta click watch stream. Okay, I
Alright.
gotta figure out how to use. Okay, there we go.
All right. So
Yeah,
top
I'm getting some looks here.
in the double S tier, our top three, of course, are Silver Fox Foxy, Don Achino, aka Dunkachino, and Barty K. Kuma.
Fucking. I hate Duncan. I hate him so goddamn much. Y'all have no idea how much I hate that arc, man. I was so surprised at how much y'all were in love with everything about it. Cause like, man, I remember hating it like 5 years ago when I first watched the arc, and then I hated it again when I had to rewatch it. I was like, man, I don't give a fuck about anybody here at all. And I feel like it's one of those examples of like one of the annoying things about these filler arcs is like sometimes the pacing will just be like a standstill halt.
Yeah.
Things will go really slow, and also the power scaling for the Straw Hats will always be wildly underpowered and in a weird way. Like, not power scaling in like a stupid ass like numbers sense. Like Kakarot's is fucking 9,000. No, like power scaling in like, why are these two slippery ass incest twins giving Luffy the slip right now? Like, brother just beat the ass of a warlord. Brother just beat the ass of a second warlord, and he's struggling with these two fucking bozos.
Little magnet boys just flying around.
I know.
Slipping
Well,
around.
it's-
I understand the headcanon of like the new world, like the baseline pirates are stronger, they're a little upper echelon,
Mhm.
but like not these guys.
If the Achino twins had come to Impel Down, that shit would have been solved in like 2 seconds. They would
Oh
have
my
gotten
God.
Ace out of there. It would have been over. We had probably the best hockey user we've seen so far.
Like, yeah, bro, Frankie getting folded by a hockey puck. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
We've seen the power of hockey. I don't know what the issue is there.
I mean, yeah, bro. Brother must have had some hockey in the hockey. That's probably
Yeah.
that's probably why he fucked Frankie up. That's what it was. That's what it was. That makes me feel better about the whole.
Yeah.
do you-
Hockey.
How do you feel about the fact that we put Donachino above Kuma? Let alone everybody else here, but
I
specifically on the double S tier.
I feel equal. I just feel so disrespected. Hey man, we don't get a lot of representation in this goddamn show, and our representation is only getting lighter and lighter. You gonna go ahead and put Dunkachino ahead of us? Come on, man.
Yeah, we can. I think we can do a little rearranging. I think we can do a little some of this. I also because we revisited a couple of these folks anyway, so we can do a little rearranging. I think these fucking friggin'
also Akuma being a hero as well.
Yeah, I think Kuma almost gets taken off here because we know he's a good boy.
I mean, we could. All right, so before we add new folks,
let's continue down the list. Let's continue.
All right. So should we take Kuma off? Should we take?
I would say he could stay there, but that is just his pacifista.
Yeah.
How about that?
Okay. All right. I like that. Mm-hmm. In the S tier, we have Wapple. We have Spondon. We have Buggy, and then Arlong. How do we feel about this?
It doesn't matter how we feel. We're gonna change it.
Honestly, I don't have any qualms about this for real. Wapple does represent America's healthcare system.
That was our thinking.
Spondum is a spineless piece of shit, and I also shit myself when I found out that he was still alive and was very upset. I was so like, mad. Oda, I don't, the way in which he saves and kills certain characters, it just feels very strange. And at the end of the day, like, it does make me overall happy, seeing characters like Pell still being alive. Like, I mean, would it have made more sense for him to die and narratively made a lot more sense and probably would have, hurt a lot more? Yeah. But, like, am I happy that he's still, like, kicking around? Like, it's cool. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
He's being happy in the universe, and that's cool. But
hanging out at, like, a spa or something.
Like, yeah, when it comes to characters like Spondum, then it's like, ugh, all right, well, why? You just completely undercut it. It's like he serves no further happiness purchased from being still alive.
Yeah,
and seeing him wheel around in a fucking chair, like, I hate this motherfucker.
And I feel like it just takes away that moment when Robin literally breaks his spine in half. It's just like it takes away. I don't know.
It's
so mad, Michael.
It's the tricky thing about One Piece. Well, that's a beautiful. So if we were just regular people in One Piece, we could get, like, sandwiched between two semi trucks and then walk out of it. It's the beautiful thing.
It's the beautiful thing.
It's why everyone's still alive and doing fairly well with no doctors around. All right, who else we got on here? We got Buggy, we got Arlong.
We got Buggy, Arlong. On the A tier, we have Crocodile, Corona, Kaku, and then the rest of CP9.
We
don't even have Lucci on here.
We don't have Lucci. No,
no, he's down. He's down there. He's down there.
No, he's down there.
Can I vote
so many fucking people? That's so fucking funny.
Can we lump Lucci into the rest of CP9?
Yeah, I can get rid of Lucci.
Fucking people. That's so funny.
I can get rid of Lucci and just have him lumped in with CP9. Do you want to do that?
Like how Kaku is separate.
Because Kaku's the biggest fucking betrayal. I feel like you look at Lucci, you're like, okay, I can see that dude is evil. Kaku is like, oh, look at this good Christian boy. He would never. He was a bad Christian boy.
You're right. He is the Captain America betrayal. He is the Captain America Hail Hydra betrayal of, like, ugh, that hurts.
And he gave us Pasta Machine.
Horrible. Pasta Machine. He gave us Pasta Machine.
He did.
On the B tier,
my wife hit herself and screamed out loud at that twist when they took their mask off. That was. I wish I had got that on recording.
Oh my God.
It was a scream and shout.
I was so mad. Historian was, like, giggling, and I was just like, "Fucking Kaku!"
Like,
so mad.
All right.
Any of the rest of them, it's fine, but Kaku.
Yeah. Yep.
Fucking God, he was cool.
Yeah. And the B tier we got Coco Maria, Gecko Moria, and Enaru.
Yep.
Okay.
We're fine with that.
We could put Andrew lower.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind putting him.
Should we put him where Lucci
Yeah,
was?
He's so fucking stupid. And that's also kind of why I love him. That's why, 'cause he's so dumb. I'm like, wow, he's literally he does not know what dirt is.
He doesn't, but he loves it so much. He's like,
Give me all
He
that
loves
dirt.
it so much.
Crunching on that dirt. All right, who we got in C tier?
C tier we have Alvida.
Yep.
We've got the sproing man himself,
Bellamy.
Bellamy. We've
Bellamy.
got Bellamy. We have Blackbeard. Then we've just moved Enaru down, and then sandwiched Enaru between Blackbeard and Don Flamingo.
We don't want them to touch. We want to keep God between them.
Blackbeard and Don Flamingo.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, they gonna freak each other if they get close enough.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna stink. You know it's gonna stink, bro.
It's gonna stink so bad.
Neither of those motherfuckers are sanitary, bro.
No,
Like, you see Doflamingo, he does not wear socks.
No, his ankles
That
are
is
just out.
disgusting.
And you can tell he didn't wipe correctly. That's why he's a poopy butt walking around.
Yeah. So he keeps that feather boa. It contains the stink.
Yeah.
That's just his diaper.
It goes up.
It goes up, bro.
He's got to cover it
Yeah,
off.
that's just strapped in like a lawnmower. You know, like lawnmower bags.
Oh yeah.
Strapped in.
Oh my god. D tier.
D tier, we got Kiji.
Yeah.
We have motherfucking, oh god, his name went
Don Krieg. I can remember Don Krieg.
You remember Don Krieg? Don Krieg?
Yeah. Why isn't Pearl on this list? We should put Pearl on here.
I'm not putting Pearl on this
Well,
list.
Pearl might be
Don
dead.
Krieg. I think Don Krieg can go E.
We could probably move Don Krieg. Then we have Axan Morgan.
Yeah, as well.
Bad dad.
Finally, in the E tier at the top, we have Dr. Oh god, now I'm not remembering names. Hogback. Oh, the name's right there.
It says it right there.
It does. Then we in the middle
fucking name.
in the middle of E tier we've got Absalom.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then our last two folks, we have Clawhador himself, that which we do not talk about.
Shitty shirt Clawhador.
And then the guy Igana, who
groomed a child.
Groomed a child, Marguerite.
You know what is so fucking funny? I think me and my wife have to rewatch that scene because we did not get that reading at all. We were like, when I listened to the podcast, I was like, yo, wait a minute, what?
Yeah,
the timing of it, yeah.
At first, the reading that we got of it was just like blocky, like dollar store romance drama. You know, the type of books that are like $3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's got like a dude with like washboard abs on it in front of like it just like straight up oiled up in front of like a ranch.
Yeah.
He don't know. But yeah, no, that's the vibe I got from it. But I was like, oh wow, you know what? I could see it as that way too. Yeah, that can go very that much that way.
It was like an 8-year difference or something. Like she had been like missing her shadow.
10 years that her shadow was gone, and
she's like a child already. Like I don't know, fucking.
Yeah, no, I flew right past this. Yeah. I was like, oh shit. I think we were just too busy hating Absalom.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I did remember from my first watch of the show that he said nothing important. So anytime he talked,
Absalom,
me and my wife, me and my wife just screamed. at the screen because we did not care or
Yeah.
want to hear what he had to say.
There's a lot of
I
villains who
remember,
are like that.
he didn't have anything important to say, so I was like, yeah, no, it doesn't matter. We can just fast forward this.
Yeah. Eneru was kind of
Timepiece.
like that. Eneru was just talking for the sake of it.
Ugh.
Not like
But at least with
Donachino.
Enderer, you don't have to feel creeped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a freak about dirt. He's not a freak about people.
Perfectly said.
The only thing he's grooming is his garden.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
All right. Do we want to move anybody around before we start? Also, this will be posted in our Discord.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll pin it. But
Link.
do we want to move anybody around? Do we want to move?
I
Dunkachino?
feel like this is pretty fair. I fucking hate Dunkachino, but hey, look,
Power of the Sun.
I'd put him all the way down to E, but this is y'all podcast. I'm not about to come over here.
This is also
like that. That's crazy.
If you look at this too, this is kind of like we're thinking of power levels a little bit of who would beat who.
I mean, yeah, Foxy is absolutely tanking this entire list.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
I mean, literally slowing everybody down. Like, I mean, how's that not OP?
If we were doing this tier list by shape, we should probably put Goku Mario. What the fuck? Can we put Goku on here?
Holy
Goku
shit,
on the list?
Where's Goku
Yeah, where's
on the
Goku?
list?
There will be.
Where does Goku rank on the One Piece villain list?
It's probably like.
I
I mean, Goku is like one of the greatest villains of all time.
You probably go like right here, right between Foxy and Donachino.
Funnily enough, they put the Goku Toriko crossover episodes right smack dab in the middle of the Marineford arc. Which is weird because the Marineford arc is
what
pre-time skip and the crossover episodes are post-time skip.
Okay.
So if you just watch the episodes normally, you'll get a spoiler for all their post-time skip just for no reason.
That's so weird. I didn't even know we were getting that.
No, it's weird. It's a weird crossover because who the fuck is Toriko?
I don't know.
We'll find out soon.
Exactly. The author is a very horrible person.
Oh, really?
No.
Is that the dude who looks kind of like
very
Goku
horrible.
with like blue hair and?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And like his anime is all about cooking, and he's like fighting styles, like this weird cooking shit. It's interesting. It's kind of mid.
Cool.
It's just like your kind of typical adventure type of anime type
Yeah.
thing, you know.
Oh, that'll be fun to talk about. We'll get into the
Yeah.
backstory of that author.
The dark backside of Torg. It's not good.
Oh boy! All right. So we got our tier list here. We can like move things around. Let's add some people though.
All right. So you can tell me. You can tell me if any of these are like, don't keep this on the list.
Okay.
So the first one I was going to add, which you might say is not a villain, but was a villain very briefly. We had Duval, who becomes an ally, but at first,
got the slavery kicked out of him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, we forgave that real quick,
look,
didn't we?
Okay, look. My headcanon theory is that that had to be the first time these motherfuckers were doing this. It had to be the first. It had to be the first time they were doing this because they completely fumbled the bag every which way and didn't know what the fuck was going on as soon as the Straw Hats pulled up. I mean, the Straw Hats, they about that action, but they completely folded every which way. I don't think they had the heart for it.
Yeah.
I mean, he had been doing it for like a week, right? Like in the timeline of things, like he could.
Like that's what they say, but I'm like, there's no way. Like he just doesn't have a heart for it.
Yeah, He got his
Like,
face
we've
turn
seen
was
hateful
fast.
motherfuckers we've seen hateful motherfuckers in the show, and he's just not. He don't got it.
Do we think he belongs on the villain tier list?
I don't think so. I brought him in, but we don't have to put him on there because he folds immediately and then just becomes an ally.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. I would say, we could put him on, his pre fucking kick his head. I mean, this is post him getting kicked in the face, I guess, this picture here.
What if what if
We can rank that.
I know, he's like a Fist of the North Star villain.
Shit kicked in.
Yeah. Should
What
our
rank his
standard
country accent?
should our standard be, do they hate Luffy?
Yeah, that could be the standard.
Yeah, because I think you have Boa on here, and I feel like Boa doesn't count anymore.
That's fair.
Or how bad of a villain when they were a villain.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's take the ball off. That's fine. This will be an easy one. We've got Charlos.
Oh, absolutely.
My fucking God.
Celestial. I wrote Millennial Fucks, the Celestial Fucks.
He's an amazing villain because he sucks so hard. He's the most real villain we got.
Exactly.
Aside from
that's unfortunately why he has to go double S.
him and Nagana are. Man. What is our standard for this? Is it how much we like the villains versus how much we fucking hate them? I feel like it's how much.
No, I thought it was how capable they are.
Okay.
And because
we would put
Foxy.
Yeah.
Foxy is an antagonist, but he's also clever and he's smart and he's also from
keep going.
An impact and
more.
Okay, I'm not. Are you? Mike's just remembering this for later. It's
more.
I don't know. I feel like it's been very fluid. Our ranking system very clearly.
That's true.
Oh,
Drunkachino up there.
We're not. I'm overthinking it.
I think so. I mean, definitely. I think S tier is pretty good. From a fighting standpoint, literally nothing. But from a piece of shit standpoint,
I mean that's why Spondum's there.
And absolutely love seeing him getting cracked in the face, the most most satisfying.
It was a good punch.
Beautiful.
Where on S tier do we want to put Charlos? Do we put him?
I think
in front of Wapple?
I think he's kind of a mix of Wapple and Spondum. I think he's
absolutely.
You know what? Hey,
I would say I would put him ahead of Spondum still.
Matt, will you just put our Skalev and Fishboy and your the love of your life up on double S?
These two?
Yeah, I think they deserve it.
All right, so we're moving Buggy and Arlong up to double S.
Yeah, will you make Arlong wide?
I think that's very fair. Yeah, yes. Absolutely. I think.
Yeah, that's good.
Him.
That's good.
There we go. Now he belongs there.
That's good.
First, I was a little skeptical, but then
now he's extra wide. We love it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. No, I remember how impeding he was.
I ate the wide fruit.
He did. Okay. So we feel good about that. We in the S tier, it's Wapple, then Charlos, and the rest of the Celestial Dragons, and then Spondum. Feels pretty good.
Collective Celestial Dragons. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Kizaru.
Couldn't give a shit.
I mean,
this is a real man. I don't really care where he goes. You put him in B.
I fucking love that. I fucking hate. Oh gosh, I hate some of the most beautiful diversity in One Piece. Unfortunately, he has to be a fucking cop. I'm like, God damn it! But he's black, obviously black. But why is he a cop? I get so bummed. Him and Aokiji. I'm like, fuck, dude, why?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Aokiji's a creep too, which is
yeah. I can't defend the Yappos. I can't defend that comment. I won't.
So you knew her when she was 7 or 8 or whatever. It's like, dude, calm down. Um,
I don't know. He's got that cool when he makes the light sword.
okay.
I don't know.
I was
You
told,
know,
I think he's cool as hell. I don't like him. I'm scared of him, but I think
as
he's
far
cool
as
as
far
hell.
as villains, like I feel like he's very impending. Like I would unfortunately say he is probably like at least S or A.
okay. Why don't you make that image tall enough to be in both, Matt?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I
All
can
right.
deal with that. That's beautiful.
Do we? Where do we?
Between
That's
A
that,
and
yeah.
between A and S, yeah. I think he's I think he's better than the rest of CP9.
I would say he's better than CP9. I feel like I want to put Perona.
I mean, I'm at least happy when I see his like character design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's got a
suit's
good.
cool. I love that suit. I love that suit. All right. What if we do this? What if we put him like?
Because he's based off a real dude, right? Like that's like a real person. Like, that's an
I
actual.
have no idea.
I'm pretty
don't know.
sure. I'm pretty sure. He's based off of a real like actor. I think all the the admirals are.
Interesting. What do we think of this? What do we think of this? So
Yeah.
in the A tier,
I can feel
he's between Perona and Crocodile in the A tier, but also he's in the S tier between Spondom and Charlos.
Matt, we
I
haven't
would
been doing
still
this to
put
scale.
Perona ahead. I would still put Perona ahead of him.
Accuser.
Down there.
Yeah.
Should this be to scale? Should everybody be accurate, like height wise?
Don't do this.
So they have to fit in. So like Gecko Moria has to be in like 4 categories.
Dude, no, there's this One Piece fighting game. It's called One Piece Burning Bloods. It's very much so like an anime fighting game, like Ninja Storm game. It's a third person.
Like the arena kind of.
Yeah. But what makes this game really interesting is the fact they do everybody to scale.
Oh, that's
which
amazing.
gets real fucking hard to see.
Everybody's a Dark Souls boss. Jesus.
Okay, yeah, dead ass.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Is that
everybody doing to scale is absolutely insane.
So like Lucci is the same height as Luffy until he turns evil, and then he grows another story.
Dead ass. Yeah, he will get 10 feet tall on Luffy and just dominate him and just like be over him.
Man, that's
are there
incredible.
Are there second or third gears in that game for Luffy? If Luffy's out of
Luffy does have a 4th gear in that game.
Oh shit!
4th gear.
Yeah.
What could that be? We don't know what that is yet.
I mean, I think I know what that is. I think it's Big Luffy.
It might be Big Luffy. What if Luffy be Skinny Luffy? You never know.
Oh, Skinny Luffy.
He's just long Luffy.
Ooh.
What if it's long Luffy? If it's Luffy the long way, you never know. You never know which way that boy gonna go.
Yeah.
Stretching.
All right, who we got next?
Speaking of Luffy stretching, we got Boa Hancock.
Boa. I think we were hard on Boa. When she was a villain, she was kicking cats.
She kicked a cat.
She did kick a cat. Does that make her a good villain?
I don't know. Or do we remove her because she's basically...
That's the thing. Yeah,
I feel like okay. So I will say I do like the fact that she kicks the cats. Let me cook. I do fuck with it when characters are not portrayed completely as perfect, and when you get to see the full links and spectrum of the way trauma can affect someone and how they act towards the outside world, not to give an excuse, but to give a accurate depiction of what it can be like and what it can look like to kind of go through what you go through, and how Boa specifically would view innocence. I feel like is a very interesting discussion. And through this kicking of these very innocent and adorable creatures and animals, I do find that there can be a discussion there about uh, about like how she views that, and like and that overall is very fucking interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, she's not. She's we 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 got only a couple of episodes for that one episode of the podcast to watch where she literally kicked a cat, and that was
It
sort
was
of the
like the
one
hard
note.
cutoff. Yeah.
And then like literally the next few episodes, we're like, oh shit, there's like
Yeah.
there's more character development here. There's more like there's so many layers to her trauma and who she is as a character. She's not just the cat kicking snake lady.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So
The dimensions.
yeah, which is great.
Yes.
It's so much better than having a one-dimensional piece of shit like
Mhm. Like
Dunkachina.
Claudor. Dunkachino's doing it for his family.
Yeah, there was like a recent like a little bit of like a Twitter like uproar or whatever because there was like a moment in JJK where Gojo like says something like a little bit like racially insensitive, and
Oh,
it
no.
was like a
JJ.
little
Oh,
weird.
is that the
Uh,
what's it? Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, but like both me and also my brother, who was also black, and while we do not speak as a monolith for our community, didn't see any problem with the comment because like the way it was portrayed was like very much so an accurate depiction of like the way that type of like small microaggression kind of goes.
Mhm.
And it was just like a moment of like, oh, cool. And also Gojo like apologized and like he was like, oh, that was my bad. I didn't realize what I was doing there.
Yeah.
And I was
He
like, oh,
apologized
that's
in
like
the.
a very
That's kind of crazy.
yeah, exactly. And it was like a very typical like I was like, oh, well, no, this is like an accurate depiction of like a Japanese and like African like type of like mingling that has happened.
Mhm. That's.
and, and it's like oh like wow no that's just you showcasing like an accurate you're showing some depth. We're getting
Yeah.
more depth here. It's not yeah portraying him as like a perfect like a person that realizes every single thing and whatever. Hey, yeah, you get it. You get
Is he?
what
Is
I'm
he?
saying.
Is he like the scary dude with blue eyes? The.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just know that everybody loves him.
Fan edit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pretty motherfucker, bro.
That's cool. Maybe I'll one day check that out. I like the guy who's buff and claps. He's the only one I've like.
Yeah, I will say it is a very good show. I think people do give it some crap for being like overly complicated, but honestly, it it's really not. I mean, it is if you want to understand absolutely every single thing and every single facet, but like I'm not one of those people that like have to like, look at the way each power affects each power like the way people would compare like Yu-Gi-Oh
Hmm.
or levels or like I think other like examples aren't that a little bit more wide than that. or like Hunter x Hunter, like for example, like they have their power scaling where it's all in elements and the way each thing affects each thing
Yeah.
like goes to back and doubles, and you can get really in depth with like those rule sets, and it can be like rewarding for that, but like you don't have to. Like there's a lot of baseline knowledge that you can just understand off of just like what they explain.
Yeah.
It's like oh okay,
That's
and move on.
that's I think that's something nice about One Piece is that like it doesn't feel like you have to think about that ever. Like sometimes you're like, how the fuck did like that happen? But I think the like conceit is like anybody can pretty much beat anybody. Like the context of like who Arlong is in the world like now, understanding that he was like working with like some of like the strongest fishermen ever, and you're like, oh, that guy wasn't a pushover, and Luffy still clapped his ass back then. So like now you're like, it's not. I don't know. I feel like it kind of gives like we've only really hit the wall where people have this special new magic power that makes them scarier, right? Because otherwise, it's like Enru on paper is like really like should be impossible to defeat, but Luffy just happened to be the guy who could do it because of who he was. But you give Usopp 2 weeks and he would be able to plan that fight.
I mean, you also see like Zoro and Sanji who don't have double for. I mean, right now don't have double for powers. I don't know what happens in the future or anything like that. But like the two of them are just fucking training their asses off
Yeah, Sanji just decided he could be Ace.
He's just like, my leg's hot
that
now.
fire kick. I'm like, okay, he's a regular man. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, he's a regular man, but he's like, oh,
He's
my
a
leg's
regular
alone.
man.
I wish so bad every time he did that, it just like once his foot stopped being on fire, it was just like his bare foot. Like and like his like leg was just or his pant leg was just like all like singed up.
Just melted off.
Yeah. Should we just keep Boa like this size? I don't know where to put
Higher,
just covering.
Put her higher.
Yeah, I put her.
She's
I put her.
she's
A
like
tier.
probably. Can we put Crocodile lower?
Okay. I don't know. I kind of want to put Crocodile a little higher. I don't know.
Okay.
After I don't know. After Impel Down, he was growing on me a little bit, where he's just like, I don't really care. Who was he talking to? He like asked someone a question. This literally was like last episode.
Oh yeah, that's like Buggy or something.
Oh,
like
he was he was asking Blackbeard's like, what are you doing here? And Blackbeard started to explain. He was like, I actually don't give a shit.
Actually, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care at all. And I was like, oh hell yeah, Crocodile.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Fuck you, Blackbeard. I hate you.
Yeah.
Can we? Okay, I think because Boa is a perfect representation of a complex character who has like a lot of like deeper motivations and reasons why she is the way she is. I think she should go double S because
okay.
that matches all the other characters in that.
I'm cool with that. Okay.
Double S is the group of characters with depth, complexity. They have a lot going on. Their motivations are unique.
If you don't get Dunkachino at this fucking list.
just to review who's on the double S tier that Mike is saying have emotions. We have Foxy, Donachino, Akuma Pacifista, Buggy, Arlong, and now Boa Hancock. Perfect. Yep. All right. I love it.
I want to put.
It could just be Akuma then.
Can we put the Pacifista? Can we put the Pacifista in B? And here's my reasoning: is that Gecko looks really lonely.
All right.
He's just alone down there.
Yeah, that's good.
We'll officially make it a pacifista.
Okay.
It's now a pacifista. Great. Moving on.
Fantastic.
Next, we have.
We gotta get Akuma. We gotta get Akuma though in double S though.
Okay. All right. I'll make a second one. Oh god. He's hiding. All right. So we have Akuma and we have a pacifista. They might look exactly the same, but that's the whole deal.
Okay. The Kuma, not a Kuma.
Yes. All right. Next, we have a Goku. It's Sengoku himself.
Oh my god, it's the Goku.
It's the
Goku.
There he is.
I don't
for bitch.
B?
B for bitch.
Yeah.
B for bitch. I'm cool with that. He got real mad at Garp for eating his crackers that time.
Yeah.
He's the ultimate cop.
Yeah.
It really is like the pencil pusher. Just
there he is.
Regulations.
Golly. I fucking love Garp.
Oh yeah. We don't have Garp on the list. Should we add Garp to the list?
Garp's not really fun.
Garp is here. Garp is beautiful.
Garp's just grandpa. He's just doing his thing. Yeah. Being a good guy.
Garp has some of my favorite like story beats throughout the Impel Down. Just him having a moment and trying to just talk to his son. It's just fuck, he's fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Oh. He's your problematic uncle who means well.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. He loves the shit out of you.
Yeah.
He loves the shit out of you. God damn it.
He's gonna throw you off a cliff, but he does it with love. All right, who we got? I can't read any of these anymore because it's blurry.
We got Hannibal.
S. No. You know what sucks, Matt? You know what sucks is that I'm gonna remember Hannibal for way longer than I want to.
Yeah.
I actually don't.
No.
I don't give a shit where Hannibal goes. He had one good
You know,
moment.
honestly, yeah, what the moment?
I will say he does take some punches from freaking second gear Luffy.
Yeah.
He and kept kicking when everybody was like, I know it was like a weird emotional moment where he just kept getting back up and getting beat up when they were down on like level 4, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did see someone like post on Reddit like a very interesting take. They were saying like how they felt like Impel Down was like the most prey they felt, for Luffy's morality, like how far he's willing to go to save his brother,
Hmm.
and like freeing prisoners that are arguably should be there, like Crocodile, to like get the fuck up out of there,
Yeah.
like like what he's willing to do. But what I found weird about that comment was like, well, I mean, I feel like that's all a very kind of one note, flat surface take of it when you take into consideration what the fuck Impel Down is. This is a
Yeah.
goddamn war crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slave ship
The whole
bro.
place should not fucking exist. It's fucked up.
Like, bro, abolish prisons, the ones that we got. This is a goddamn torture camp.
Yeah.
This is a horrible.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Crocodile hasn't even killed anybody. That man doesn't have a body count. The only people who died, allegedly, killed themselves because they took magic poison, and he just watched that.
Yeah. That war was a pretty heavy stalemate. We'll say they just scrapped it out. Everybody was able to get healed up afterwards.
Impel Down's so fucked because they also like everyone who works there seems to enjoy the work the quote unquote work they do there.
Well,
too.
they're all
Like,
Nazi coded, man.
Yeah. Like Hannibal's so proud of like every floor as he's like showing off on the tour, and it's just like this is so fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, and I didn't actually know that the sand floor, where the sand is actually just like the bones of actually everybody that's like disintegrated there.
Yeah.
I actually found out that's an anime exclusive like change. Like they made that change.
Oh, really?
They made it even more fucked up.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, that's a fun little change. That's really fucking epic.
Yeah.
Incredibly sad, but incredibly epic for like just showcasing the brutality of this goddamn place.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. Yeah, no, this place should be like fucking blown up. Yeah, like and by all means, break this bitch down. Oh yeah, widen him up.
Do we put him in D? Do we give him a wide D?
I will say, yeah. I did like seeing him get punched as much as I like seeing X-And Morgan and Concrete getting socked.
Yeah. Can you put him above Morgan because Hannibal at least didn't beat his children? Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You could argue he was at least being a cop.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was trying to protect the greater good, you could say.
You could.
Do we want to move Aokiji, or do we feel good about Aokiji being down on D?
But yeah.
I don't know. King, do you have any opinions on Aokiji? I don't care. I just don't give a shit about the admirals.
Should he be down on DT, or should we put him?
I can't. The thing is, I cannot blame you for saying that. Because, like, I mean,
it's based on what we've seen too.
From what is like even from like what I've seen like so far, like I got all the way to Wano, like even from like what I've seen of him, like yeah, like there are interesting facets of his character. I do think there is like some deeper depth there, but at the same time, a fucking cop. He's a mega cop.
His
he's also unnecessarily fucking weird and aggro. Like, he didn't have to do any of that shit to Robin. Why the fuck did he freeze her?
No. And kill
Why
her.
were you
Kill
doing
her
all
friend.
that?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
His one redemption moment too is like
kill Saul.
No. Yeah, it's fucked up. And his like redemption moment is that he just doesn't kill a kid, which I do every day.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, where's my fucking cookie? Where are my cool points?
Yeah.
I changed my mind about something. Oh,
Like, I
sorry.
think a lot of characters get by on just how cool their powers are and how cool they are in their design
Yeah.
and what they can do and stuff.
I mean, I like the ones
Rather
who
than-
have like kind of shitty powers but do a lot with it or get creative with it. Like, obviously, I have a preference for that given Foxy, but like, I would love to see like
Surprised Blackbeard isn't higher then. You fucking hate his power.
I hate my I hate Blackbeard so much.
I just
I can't blame you because, like, dude, that's like one of my pet peeves too. Is just any character that's power is to just nullify other characters' powers. Is like,
if he just did that, or if he was like Rogue, where he could like take somebody's ability for a minute or something, I think that'd be sick. My issue is that it's like the dark fruit, but then it just does like 30 different things kind of randomly. Like, if it was just the opening black holes and like sucking things into it and stuff, fine. Like, I don't think they do it justice in the anime because it's so slow. It's just like he's like sweating it out. But then he can also just take away people's powers, which feels random. Like, that's the thing that I don't know. Because as a character, I think it's fun having just like evil big Luffy. Like, he's like an actual pirate.
You're not thinking about the black holes. He is making a black hole. He's making a black hole by sucking the power out. Duh. he's just sucking them extra. See,
He's just sucking them extra
sucking
hard.
the devil fruit hard. He's sucking so hard. He's sucking their devil fruit out of them, bro. They never got the devil fruit sucked out of you.
If he had to use his mouth to nullify the power, motherfucker, he would be double S tier. He'd be up there.
Oh my goodness!
Because he'd be like, "Come here, Luffy, I gotta suck you."
If he was like the Toad chick off of My Hero Academia, it might be worth it. It might be worth it.
Because he's fun. His crew suck. I don't know anything. I can't.
Know.
I can't perceive his crew.
You know they all stink though. Anytime you see them.
Oh yeah, it's a bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
None of these niggas shower. They are stinky as fuck. It's the absolute most downtrodden motherfuckers you've ever seen in your life. Like, why y'all come up with that?
I work in an ER. I smell. I deal with people who like, come in intoxicated and stuff. I smell piss, shit, and just alcohol daily. I know exactly what they smell like.
Wow, I used to work in a hospital too, doing maintenance stuff. But yeah,
that
solidarity.
It's fun. It's a time. I wish there's smells I'm used to now that I wish I wasn't. Okay, I have a request before we go further. Can you put Lucci back?
Yeah. Let me find him.
And then will you just make him really little? Just like really little. Really smaller. Smaller.
Putting Lucci in E tier.
And then put him like in front of Absalom, like Absalom's like petting him.
Can you put him under E tier actually? Is there something under there?
Oh, make him a little bit bigger and have him peeking up. Like he wants to be an E tier, but he didn't make it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's all pixelated. He's all pixelated.
Only halfway.
Oh no! What happened? Why did it get all pixelated? He got all pixelated. What happened?
It's fine. Put a little. It's because
why did that?
Why did that happen? You changed the dimensions in Photoshop.
Yeah, you got to Control Z it.
It's like.
We're gonna bring him back. There we go.
All right, just have him peeking up.
Oh shit, we brought him back.
How's that?
Lower.
Now at E tier we have Rob Lucci peeking out with just his bird, his shoulders, and his little hat.
Yeah, that's it.
Just peeking over the wall like the Home Improvement motherfucker, bro.
Oh yeah.
No, not Home Improvement. God damn. So,
the neighbor Wilson.
Yes, Wilson. Okay.
Yeah.
You're spot on. Lucci is without a doubt the Wilson of One Piece.
Okay. I didn't watch too much of that show. It was a little too caucus for me. But
It's fair.
Yeah. But
In
yeah,
in
no,
in hindsight, now years later, I don't think anybody should have watched that much Tim Allen.
Yeah.
no. No. Have you seen his anything about his new show?
Nope,
No.
nope. Don't
Oh
don't care
yeah.
to.
Oh,
Don't
isn't
care
it like
to.
Yeah.
Last Man or something?
Yeah, it's Last Man on Earth.
You know how
Where he
much that
just
show
gets
pisses
up.
me off? There's an amazing there's I haven't seen it. I only know it exists because there's a French comic called The Last Man, which is not like super popular, and it also had like 2 seasons of an anime they
Are you
did.
talking about why the Last Man?
Nope.
Is that what you're
Also
saying?
fuck that
Oh,
shit. No. So basically, like,
Yeah,
there's this
why
thing I
Last
like
Man?
that's so like niche that if I try to look it up, I just get pictures of Tim Allen. It's
oh.
so annoying.
Oh my goodness. That's horrible.
It's good though. It's really good. It also has the One Piece problem with women, but that's design wise, you can tell what that guy's preferences are. All right, who else we got? There's probably more villains than this that we've seen, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
We got Magellan up in here?
Oh yeah, he's coming. He's coming. I got
Oh.
the
Ah.
former
You.
warden,
Um,
Shiryu.
Fucking
He's got a big sword. He kills a bunch of people,
yeah, he's M Bison.
and he's part of Blackbeard's crew. So
I
now
think he can go right there with Blackbeard and also go to hell.
Will you make him? Will you make him small and put him in front of Blackbeard?
make him like that.
Yeah, and then he's like Blackbeard's like little like bring your son to work day.
Perfect. That's
I
fine.
do find it funny how he's the one war criminal that went a little too far and then fell down. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Come
Alright.
on, bro.
it's like sorry, I didn't like I didn't like torturing him, so I just
What is
killed him.
Katie doing? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It's literally a forest of blood.
it's
like
it's more
sharp
morally
fuse of blood.
acceptable. It's morally acceptable to torture people for their entire lives.
Yeah.
It's fine.
They can starve people to the point where they become dust, but
Yeah.
but just outright
Let-
killing them, no way.
or yeah, let someone go through the horrible stages of dying through this fucking frosting, bro. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Yeah.
there was a video game that was the fuck was it called? Lost Planet something. It was one of those games. The advertisements for it were like the process of dying in like freezing cold environments, and it talks about how your like eyeballs pop first or something. Like it's so
oh my
fucked
God.
up.
Ugh.
Like,
So
when you
for
feel your blood
context,
freezing, bro. Like,
yeah, Shiryu, grand scheme of things, very merciful man. Hero
Oh,
maybe.
yeah,
Here-
honestly.
All right, here we
I
go.
can't wait till Zora gets his
Magellan.
sword.
Yeah.
What's going on with this? Wait, what's happening here?
What? What?
What's happening? He's got metal. This is
Oh, I don't know. This is just the image I got. I don't know. It
this
could
is
be
Mecha
spoilers.
Magellan.
That's
could be
Mecha
spoilers.
Magellan. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Nah, it's probably a bandage from his shit getting a little bit fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is probably fan art.
Could be.
Magellan's a good villain because he's scary as fuck, but he also
Yeah.
does poops.
He does
Actual-
do a lot of poops.
Actual threat.
He's a huge. I mean, no one could stop him.
Yeah.
No one
No.
could stop him.
He is uniquely one of the first villains where it's like, yeah, no, Luffy can't beat him. There's
Yeah.
no absolute way, any type of like finesse. There's no fucking way he can beat him by any means.
Mhm. I mean, I think he's going way up higher.
I think we're putting him
Yeah,
up high.
he's the first villain where it's just like, oh yeah, we just had to get away.
Yeah.
Just
Just
right
have to
there.
leave.
Yeah,
Just want to put him over everybody.
Just over. No, I'm not gonna put him over everybody. I mean, do we put him S tier? Do we put him double S tier?
I think he goes S tier.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the depth.
Put him above Wapple?
I don't think his little cute little backstory or whatever that they shoot in there really endeared me any to him.
No, yeah, he's not somebody I want to spend time with. But like as a force of nature, that's kind of scary. You can just move Wapple over to cuddle with Spondum.
I don't want to do Wobble like that because I think Wobble is a better villain than the Celestial Dragons and Charlos.
Well, you can. You said you wanted
I
to
don't
put
know.
Crocodile
As
up.
far as how much I hate on the screen, like I would say I hate the Celestial Dragons more. So I would, I would, if I saw Wapple again, I wouldn't be too mad. I'm like, you know what? Bring the camp. I'm happy.
All right,
We're gonna
that's
get some
fair.
live action.
Yeah.
Live action Wobble is gonna be the
No,
most fucked up thing.
I was arguing to keep him ahead of the Celestial.
Oh, okay,
Dragons.
okay,
That's what I was
okay,
saying.
okay, okay. All right, good, nice. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
People, man, I
I
can't.
I love that.
The vor that's gonna happen in the live action is gonna awaken a lot of people, and it's gonna be a bad time.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, there's
Do
a
you-
lot that's about to be awakened for a lot of people. Oh my goodness! I hope they get to the furry arc, please.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no way they get that far, but
Did we want to move Crocodile up?
I don't know. Do we? We don't have to. We can leave him there. He's sitting pretty good where he's at.
I like that
yeah,
Gecko Mori is holding him up.
it is like you hate to see it. Like my wife had to go through this while watching, just like man, I fucking hate crocodiles so much. But they had to just watch him kind of just be like the MVP of the arc. Like he honestly is really
He does, yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
Takes out
Throughout
like every
this and
door.
also going into Marine Forward. Like, yeah, he's the doorman. Like, how are we gonna get through all these doors, guys?
You just get right through. Yeah, we can keep him where he's at. I think we can keep him where he's at.
Yeah, I think he's cool today.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about this. Feeling good.
Yeah.
I still think we know Jimby joins Luffy's crew. I think everybody else there joins Buggy's crew. I think they all become Buggy pirates.
Like of the 241 people who escaped Impel Down.
Because I think all those guys become Buggy pirates. Because we were talking about it would make sense for Mr. 3 to join Buggy. I feel like they're buds, like they like each other.
They've got similar vibes.
And then Crocodile probably has realized that he's really bad. He has bad management skills. And
So
Buggy wants to kill Whitebeard now. So he's like, yeah, let's go. I think Crocodile will probably rank under Richie.
Just seeing him sail up is just so funny. I'm like, man, every single one of you prisoners, y'all are so stupid. Y'all are so stupid.
We all
Look
know.
at this man.
I think we
and then he gets even further street cred.
I know, that was
from
crazy.
From getting absolutely blasted. I mean, how do you guys feel after hearing that reaction, like having that sink in that he has all these connections?
I think we kind of know. It's pretty cool though that they're like, yeah, he's clearly the biggest threat that came out of here. Him and Luffy are the scariest things that came out of Impel Down. I think Buggy's gonna do some shit. I think Buggy's gonna.
I think he has he's in deep down. He's got some. I don't know. He's got some power deep down that he's just waiting to.
I mean, maybe his power is just he surrounds himself with good people. He's like, I know how to pick them. Look at his crew already.
Yeah, I still have yet to see him really pop off like that. He hasn't really been he hasn't really scrapped and really showcase something crazy. Not to disappoint you guys too much about further.
There's still time. There's still time.
But hey, eventually he does. I hear beautiful things are happening for him right now, currently in the 1000s.
Okay. So in 3 years we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there so soon.
It'll pay off in 3 years. You're gonna blow your loads, man.
I feel pretty good. Are we missing any villains?
I mean, I didn't put the legendary Zoan guards and.
No.
Oh yeah. Do you guys want to rank just Impel Down all the Glup shittos as one whole Like all like the wardens and whatnot. You want to just like rank
I
them
think
all as one, like how we did CP9. Right here.
Yeah,
is that
all the gulp shit. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
you
Okay.
can just
Oh, I found out that Saw Death, you know that little freak ass boy with the flute
Yeah.
and the
yeah.
pitchfork? I found out that dude's like 16, 17.
What?
Or something. Yeah, I was like, what the
So,
fuck?
Good for
so
him.
little.
Apparently he's like one of the youngest Marine uh
Oh shit!
like
What
captains
do
or
you?
whatever the fuck. I don't know, it's weird. I was like,
Just,
okay.
just a little
Crazy.
guy.
Lord.
He's just a little guy.
Oh, he's
Good
like a Kobe.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but where are you guys feeling? Y'all didn't seem to fuck with them that much. I like their designs.
Yeah.
That's what I'll
Like they
really
look
fucked with their
cool.
design.
They look cool, but like I just don't remember. We're watching Matt struggle so hard with Photoshop right
And you
now.
know what? You can fuck
Yeah,
that up.
that's what I was trying to vamp.
I'm gonna just yeah. That
But
was
You know
yeah,
what?
I
You
think
shut the fuck up.
I do
Shut
like
up.
them as villains, them being like just like cool like little foils. Like they're fun.
I think we got like the exact amount of Sadie that is appropriate to like take in before it kind of overstays its welcome. They just they don't get like they kind of are like we're gonna go to this next floor and then they just get completely like stomped by Luffy or whoever. So they just don't like stick fully.
Yeah. Like they don't hit the same. Like they hit the same way CP9 does. If you just judge CP9 off of their spy personas,
Right,
I'd probably
right.
put them. I'd probably put them like BC. I see, really.
I would have liked to see some wackier
That
shit.
Yeah, and also that betrayal like did a lot for CP9 for
Yeah, you remember him. It's hard to forget Chopapa. Like that fucking
as much
dude.
as I want to.
You can't. It's just
That's fucking the living embodiment of Reddit.
yeah.
Every time I think of the "Am I the asshole" post where where it's a man completely neglecting his wife because he wants to buy more battleships and a made up NFT game.
Oh my
And
god,
he's asking, am I the asshole because I use our life saving?
that's amazing.
It's just like, guy. Yeah. That's what I immediately think every time I see him.
Well, at least he gave you that visual. That's something.
That is something. That is something.
I'm trying to think. Is there anybody else?
Yeah. Throughout what we're cutting. You said we're covering Sabaody too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I didn't put in like all the supernovas and stuff because I figured that was like
They're.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
they're more on like
Ambiguous.
Luffy's level. Like they seem
They're
like they're
independent agents.
yeah.
based on the amount of sexy. What's his face? Law statues I've seen. I'm guessing he's not a villain.
I mean,
Are there
someone
any? Are
literally-
there any horny Don Flamingo statue? Hold on, I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
eBay real quick.
Yeah, speaking of Sabaody, yeah, that is the one weird thing that I'll say that Oda's done is like what's going on with Jewelry Bonnie? What?
I've been
know.
heavily avoiding spoilers lately for like current stuff coming out because I saw like one post about Jewelry Bonnie and I was like, oh, this seems bad, so I had to like
Oh,
shut it
Yeah.
down. Apparently,
Yeah, but like I feel like just how the historian felt, like giving you guys a little bit of heads up before forcing the degradation of Sanji when he got on that island. Where it's like it's like you don't want to give a spoiler, but you want to be like, you mean this is something where it's like it doesn't feel good going into, and you should know and like brace yourself for it because just being blindsided with it just feels like sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, she like apparently has like the age fruit. That's what it came out as. Like that's why she was able to like transform the ages from people like babies to olders or whatever. And apparently she's like 12 or something.
Oh.
and is able to turn into a 24-year-old. It's like, oh,
that feels a little
that-
yucky. That feels a
that's
little.
gross.
I wish somebody was next to Oda and was like,
Yeah.
listen, I understand what you're going for here. It's kind of fun. It's like a Shazam kind of deal. But you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do
You
it.
shouldn't. And if you do it, don't draw them like how you draw the women
Yeah.
that you continuously sexualize to
Yeah.
the highest degree.
Ugh.
Maybe at least give her, fucking sweater. I don't know, man. Maybe
That's
don't. I feel like there's a tasteful way we could do things.
Mhm.
They don't have a boob cut out. They don't have a cock cut out on Shazam when he transforms to a man.
yeah, there's some choice in design with this character. Jesus.
Oh gosh, but me and my wife's joke is always like, "Oh, we all get one oopsie." That's like the biggest red flag, I guess.
Oh my god.
And then also to further talk about the duality of Oda, it is so weird to see the representation that we have on the island when Sanji's there, but then also to see the representation when we get to Impel Down. What the
Oh
fuck?
yeah. Yep. Yeah.
It's heads and tails. This is completely flipped. Like, oh wait a minute, what the fuck?
I
Instead
said
of drawing them like as like these weird
Yeah, like
extra,
elongated
monster people.
features and like monster people.
like
Yeah.
you just depicted them as people over here.
I
Why
think
didn't you depict them as people over there too?
somebody, my roommate was telling me that he feels like it's like almost you're seeing it from Sanji's point of view, because Sanji
Yeah,
would view
yeah.
it like that, which I guess is a justification. Oda's a weird dude because like I don't feel like he's like he understands that there's sex appeal to some of these characters, but I don't think he ever thinks about it. I don't think he thinks about the consequences of his actions sometimes. Because it's such like a feature of Boa Hancock. She's supposed to be like so attractive that nobody can say no to her, and like that goes along with her power. But then he's like also made the least sexual anime I've ever seen. Like nothing like unless it's like part of the story beat. And I feel like just with Boa, I guess Nami. No, he's pretty horny for Nami. I take it all back. Yeah,
He's very horny for Nami.
He's horny on main for Nami.
Horny
I
on
mean-
me for nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
We're all disappointed by it.
It's fine.
Anyway, we feel good about this villain tier list. I put Impel down on D tier.
We've said it a lot. 18 years old is legal, but it's not socially acceptable.
Yeah.
Um,
That is one thing that I find interesting watching anime. Is like I don't know since I guess growing up with it, I've kind of done like this same thing I've done with comic books, which you take what canon you want and you disregard the rest. Like you don't have to take every single storyline into account. Because if you do, you're just going to stress yourself out and like it's going to ruin a character because this character has been adapted by hundreds of different authors and whatnot.
yeah.
And and I usually take that same approach like when like watching. Oh jeepers! I lost my train of thought. Holy fuck! It's raining. I'm sorry. It's just started raining.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. We can see
raining.
the clouds in your room right now.
The
you
rain clouds in my room.
You were
But
saying
yeah,
like
no,
you
no,
gotta
no.
kind of take what you want from.
Yeah. You gotta take what you want, and also specifically in regards to age, like whenever watching anime, I've always just looked at it off what the character's design is. Since I've been like a youngin, just because anytime I've like gotten into the ages, it's always like some weird shit. I'm like, okay,
It's
goodness me. Like I mean, half the time it's either some weird stuff, or well, I mean, not necessarily. It's just like, yeah, I get the age of consent is different, and culturally there are some differences here and there with certain stories. There is a heavy emphasis and big market for stories being told about like a younger audience. That's why these things get made in the first place, and it does make some sense in in certain shows, but it's like
Yeah.
it's a little bit gross here and there.
I mean,
when you get too deep.
Target demographic, right, is like he made this for Shonen Jump, so it was for like young boys. That was that's why characters like Sanji exist, I think, is because it's like it helps blooming young men feel a little less weird about like intrusive thoughts and feelings they have by like making it humorous. Whether that's the right call to make, I don't know. There's a cultural leap, like you're saying, yeah. And I think remembering that this is for a younger audience, that's why characters tend to be geared younger, even though Zoro is like on, like, if you just looked at him, I think anybody would be like, that's like a dude in his like mid to late 30s. Like that's not a young man.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody reads a lot older than they actually are. Because God help, Zoro's not going to last that long if he's thrown back that much at that age. He's going to have some real late stage problems in his life. It's going to be rough. Sanji too, for that matter.
For real. If this is what they're looking like now, and if he keeps up with smoking, brother's not about to have no voice.
It's not gonna.
Oh my god.
It is. I'm sure. Yeah, I'd be curious to like.
But yeah, that is definitely why I take it off of like just of like what the character design looks like, because that overall makes me a whole lot less stressed out about what the fuck is going on.
It's the mental.
Like, I mean, I remember when y'all brought up like the 18 versus 35 thing with like Bo and Luffy, and I never knew that. I always viewed them as being just the same age, because like that's kind of how they were drawn or whatever.
Yeah. She's really like, I don't even think he's 18 at this point. Like I think he's like younger than that. I don't know how the time.
Especially the way she's acting, like with her, she's doing like the whole like fangirl thing.
Yeah. And
like I love all that aspect of her, like her just like doing this fucking like alternate universe, little headcanon of her own, like off to the side. I always love those scenes. Like they're fucking hilarious every time.
You know, pirates aren't good people, I guess. Yeah, it's there's that barrier to entry with anime that you kind of have to like brace for.
Suspend your disbelief if you feel like it.
For sure.
And you know what? There's lots of anime that we've found that doesn't do that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely never a justification for it by any means.
Yeah.
That's why I appreciate you guys calling that type of stuff out, like specifically. Like I have listened to like a bunch of different other One Piece podcasts and whatnot, just to kind of hear like some other takes and whatnot. And like no, I think it's really important to highlight those things, and I'm like and call them out, like, because it's weird. Weird. The jewelry Bonnie shit is weird.
It's very weird. I'm sure.
Bo Hancock and Lucci shit is weird. Like, yeah, we should address these things.
Yeah, it's when you're an adult man and you knew somebody when they were a child, you shouldn't comment on their body. That's never okay.
No. No. Aokiji can't be cool ever because of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
As much as the community would be like, "Oh, he's such a cool character," like, no, he can never be cool after that. Though.
Yeah.
He's just always forever lame after that, dog.
I mean, I guess it's nice that we have stuff where like we can get like female gaze on things like Dungeon Meshi and stuff like that. Like that stuff is nice because it's a very different perspective, and like I can show people like, oh, check out Delicious in Dungeon, and they'll watch it and they're like, this is great because it doesn't have that mental barrier. You don't have to think about that stuff. Even stuff like Berserk, I think, is like a lot more widely popular because like anything that has to do with like, I mean that just deals with like sexual trauma more than anything. That's a rough one. It's dark and bleak, but I think handles a lot of that stuff better for the most part. I say that fucking, I don't know if you guys have read Berserk or seen anything, but it does start and there's a little naked like fairy boy.
Oh no!
Fucking.
Oh no.
You know,
I mean,
I've heard very conflicting things about Berserk, whether or not, but you know,
I don't.
in specific regards to whether or not it handles that well. Actually,
See, I got to like I didn't. I guess I haven't read later stuff in that. I read up to the they like do like a flashback about his origins and stuff, and that deals with like some of like his trauma and like what he goes through and all this stuff, and it handles it pretty well. But it got to the point where I'm like, that was fucking intense. I don't think I'm gonna read this anymore. So
oh yeah,
it's bleak. I don't recommend it. You know, on the list of things, go watch Dungeon Meshi. It's a good time.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So we got.
Actually, I started watching Mob Psycho.
Oh fuck yeah, Mob
yeah.
Psycho's so good.
Yeah, no, it is so good. Absolutely,
It's like the anime.
It is so.
It's the only anime I've seen where kids are kids. It's so good.
Yeah, it's such an accurate depiction of what it's like to be an adolescent. I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect.
Yep.
These allegories, these metaphors, these depictions. Oh, beautiful.
It's so
With the
fucking
smack
good.
dab of cool anime fight scenes.
Dude, so where are you at with it?
I'm just like a couple episodes like into season 2, so I just got past like the big like final battle arc
Oh, okay.
where it was crazy. Oh my goodness,
Some more crazy
these
shit's
kids
gonna
were
happen.
throwing hands. Yeah, I was
It's-
like, man, they are not afraid to throw hands with these children. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that I think.
When you said they were like there was like a roam of boy gangs.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't realize it was like literally 60 individual middle school boy gangs
Yep.
that all had their own cool little niche. Like this one, roller derbies.
Yeah.
These ones, like I guess, all have dogs or some shit.
No, it's so
Like,
good.
it's crazy. I love it.
Hell yeah. Now, what do we talk about now? What have we done? We got we got our villain tier list.
I will say another good depiction of women in anime. I guess while we're on the topic of like talking about different shows. I will say JJK, in the long run, has some of like the most well capable depicted like women I've seen.
Mhm.
like in like a mainstream shonen jump.
Right.
Not in all of anime, because if you broaden that scope, then it's like, okay, well, no, there's some other examples. But as far as Shonen Jump goes, like I really do appreciate the lengths that author goes into like kind of like detailing kind of like some of the individualistic relationships, and it provides just a level of depth and just character growth that is it's just a little bit rare to see, and it's heartwarming to see, man.
It is. I
It's
mean,
like, damn.
that's great about
I
One
love
Piece,
badass
right?
women, bro.
We just watched
cool.
we watched Strong World, and like I was like bummed because Nami was immediately a damsel in distress, but she was proactive the entire time, to the point where she's like, I'll die if it means I can take this motherfucker down. Like she was completely ready to like sacrifice herself, which is crazy. Like she was so badass in that. Such a good character. Like it's a bummer to see her like overly like just used for the visuals rather, because she's like, I think she's one of the deeper characters in the show, like in her growth and everything.
Duality.
The duality of Oda.
The duality of Oda. Just gonna completely over sexualize this woman and then like sideline her, and then also on the flip, oh, we're gonna give her the most badass moment.
Yeah.
Just you wait, it's gonna be like 2 episodes later.
Yeah.
She's gonna fucking save every single one of the Straw Hats some way, somehow. Literally everyone would have died without her epic navigational skills. It's like,
fucking time.
wow.
All right.
Time.
Basically, the captain of the crew.
she is. All right, let's do a quick rundown on this villain tier list so everyone can know what the official ranking of all the villains that we've remembered. All of them. We didn't miss anybody. We got every single one on here.
Do we want to go from bottom to top?
Yeah.
Or all right. So at the bottom tier we have Egon, the shitty guy from Thriller Bark. We have we didn't miss a single person. We have Klahadore. Then we have Absalom. We have Rob Lucci just peeking up a little bit.
He's like E- tier. He's trying to get into E tier. He didn't make it yet.
Yeah.
You didn't like it.
We have Hogback. And that's all of E tier. Moving up to D tier, we have most of the people who work at Impel Down. then we have Axan Morgan. Then we have Hannibal, real wide Hannibal. Don Krieg, and then Aokiji, and that is D tier. For C tier, we have Don Flamingo, Anaru, Blackbeard, a really small Shiryu, Bellamy, and then Alvida. On B tier, we have Sengoku, a Pacifista, and then motherfucking Gecko Moria. On A tier, we have the rest of CP9. Then we have Kaku. then we have the bottom half of Kizaru. then Perona, and then Crocodile. On S tier, we have Spondom, the top half of Kizaru, the Celestial Dragon, Wapple, and then Magellan. And then, of course, in the top of the villain tier, in the double S level, we have Boa Hancock, Wide Arlong, Buggy, Kuma, Don Achino, and then Foxy. Did we miss anyone?
No, that's everybody. That's everybody.
That is everyone.
Yeah. Killed it. Fucking amazing.
Nailed it. Someday someone's gonna find this and who hasn't listened to the podcast and be so fucking mad.
We should post that on the One Piece subreddit.
Just see. Oh gosh, I want to see some head spin.
Just get all the hate.
So mad. And then we can be like, if you get angry at it, come listen to the Fun Piece podcast.
Exactly.
Just hear 10 minutes of us talking about shit.
Yeah. Ba-dubba-dubba-dub.
Oh shit.
Kalik, we have one transponder snail.
There's technically two. I accidentally archived one.
No, it's... Oh, did you? What?
They were both from Meathawks.
Okay. I think I see them together. We got from Meathawks #1 fan. Hi, Matt and Mike. Do you remember the time Anthony Chopper was a kid in high school that was constantly getting bullied? So he had to find help from an old man that is secretly a karate master. Then he goes to kick the ass of all the kids that beat him up. But in the end, he realized that he shouldn't fight for no reason, but only for defense. From Meathawks #1 fan. I do remember that. Do you remember the time that Anthony Chopper had to... he was a CEO of a big company that did business, and then he met a girl who came to interview him to cover for her friend, and then he fell in love, and then he revealed to her that he has a playroom, and that he's into very specific tastes.
Okay, no.
and then he put on his fuck jeans.
Yeah, and it was 50 Shades of Chopper. Do you remember the time that Dr. Anthony Chopper, his family led by Dr. Herolook, had to travel around because they were different from everybody else, but eventually they returned to one of their homes in Washington, and then Anthony Chopper fell in love with a young woman there, and then revealed that he was a vampire.
And then they played baseball.
And then they played baseball in the first movie.
Oh my god, I can't believe they played baseball.
It's so fucking crazy.
I believe it. All right, there's another transponder.
Do you remember the time that Dr. Anthony Chopper was at a high school and got the cheer team, got to become cheer team captain, and then found out that they were stealing all their cheers from another school.
Oh shit!
And then they tried to make it right and went to the cheer competition. They got second place, but they were super happy because the people who they were stealing cheers from got first place. And it was called called Chopper It On. Chop It On.
That's good. That was really good. I like that one.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Mihawk's #1 fan sent another transponder
Do you
snail.
remember
It
that
said,
time Anthony Chopper was the paramedic and like in-house nurse of an illustrious billionaire who made his money through selling game shows and specifically mystery books and mystery games such as Clue. That might be a little reminiscent there. And, due to a mix-up in his medicine and in cahoots with his family,
Yeah.
he ends up getting involved in a murder plot where Anthony Chopper has to cover up for a murder because they think that they might have accidentally mixed up the medicine when in reality the medicine was already mixed up. And who would you guess? Who would you guess? Who would you guess?
Oh, it was
Funny.
Kaku. What?
Yeah.
Kaku did it.
Yeah.
Kaku.
Kaku. It was Kaku. It was fucking Kaku. Captain America, goddamn Kaku.
That was when he was
Anthony Chopper kind of lied, so he threw up on Kaku.
yeah. Do you remember? Yeah, he was helped by Benoit Zoro.
Fucking. I
Ro-
was
Ro-
gonna
Noah
say
Blanc.
iceberg.
Oh. Iceberg Blanc. That's good.
Iceberg Blanc. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, and Dr.
It was
Correja
called
was like
Choppers out.
Dr. Correja was there. Choppers out.
Choppers out. Choppers out.
Okay, great.
Do you remember that time Iceberg Blanc went to a remote island? And
Oh,
a bunch of other rich friends from the Galley Law Company were there, and they were all set up for an elaborate murder mystery game for the evening.
that sounds like some celestial dragon shit.
It does sound like some. Oh man, yeah. Oh man.
It's all One Piece. It all comes back to One Piece.
All One Piece.
Glass
all the
chopper, a chopped out story.
Okay, I got one more. Do you remember that time Dr. Anthony Chopper moved in with his family to his uncle's old house after his uncle had gone missing, and then Anthony Chopper's stepmom went into the attic and found out that the uncle was actually still there because he had found the lament configuration and was trying to experience both pleasure and pain. And then Anthony Chopper talked to the Cenobites and got them to sold out his uncle so they wouldn't kill him and his dad.
I do, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was
one.
crazy.
It's fucking crazy, dude. Holy fuck.
I would cast Bellamy as Pinhead. Because then all the chains would be like springs, like spring.
Good. It's really
Okay, what the fuck? Is there another transponder snail?
Mihawk's #1 fan sent another transponder snail.
Oh shit! I forgot.
wait,
Chris
no.
Hunt. Oh.
Yeah,
Isn't it just...
said, no, I accidentally archived it, but I found it. It says,
okay.
"Hi, Matt and Mike. I was bored one day looking for background noise while I was playing video games. Oh, click. I love One Piece, and I find your guys' conversations and opinions to be the funniest shit I've ever heard. I personally don't have many friends who like anime, so hearing you guys talk about it makes me feel included. Also, I'm only on episode 20 of the podcast and love the irony of trying to catch up to you guys while you are catching up to a show that I am caught up on. Yours truly, Mihawk's biggest fan." Thank you, Mihawk's biggest fan.
It's good to know we have Mihawk's biggest fan. Somebody's got to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was me
Boots
for a bit.
It was you for a bit. Matt, I think I told you I uninstalled TikTok. You got to stop sending me TikToks.
Okay, that's fine. Stop. I should also uninstall TikTok.
It's for the best.
I saw a video today where someone was ranking all of the best fishing mini games from video games that have nothing to do with fishing. It was pretty great.
Okay, now that's quality content right there.
That is
right.
good.
Yeah, it was good. The best ranked one, of course, was Final Fantasy 15. That is the best fishing mini game.
I've got to get off social media. Mine is just showing me like it's either like clowns or like somebody in this weird convoluted like big outfit. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just getting weird. It's getting really weird. There's a lot of meat on there too.
You're on clown meat.
I don't know. Social media
Twitter?
seems to think that I'm a pregnant woman sometimes too. I get a
Nice.
lot of ads for breast pumps, Matt.
Nice.
I don't know what that's about.
Be prepared.
Well, hey everybody, this has been a Funeglyph.
King, what do you?
Well, hold on, we
what
gotta-
do you think about?
About our Instagram feeds. The last couple of minutes is so fucking funny.
Last couple of minutes of
sorry.
every podcast.
I'm sorry, that fucking killed me, dude. I just, well,
That's done.
feel like we did a whole lot today.
Sometimes you just gotta smother it before it can get too much more powerful. If you enjoyed this, if you enjoyed this, surprise us. Follow us at funpiecepodcast on any socials. We're probably on there, maybe mostly Instagram, I think. Send us a transponder snail at funpiecepodcast@gmail.com. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your lover, tell your lover's lover, tell your polycule, tell your dad, tell your dad's dad, tell both your dads, tell your dog, tell your dentist, tell your dentist's dad, tell your dental hygienist. I don't think they get enough credit.
About wow.
Tell your next time you get some Uber Eats, tell the person dropping off your pizza, or tell everybody about the Fun Piece podcast. Tell your pastor. But definitely tell your pastor. All right, that's it. I think that's it.
Okay, I'll end it on a sweet note.
Okay.
I will say, just to get I also went to art school.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Because I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford it. No, I went to it in my head.
That's the way to do it.
Artistic rant, just to say, hey, anybody and everybody out there, the importance of just doing the thing is completely and utterly understated. Just do the goddamn thing.
Yep.
And you can do something like wildly beyond your own imagination. Like, you guys just starting this podcast inspired me to do these goofy ass little shitpost edits. And in turn of me doing those goofy ass little shitpost edits, I started to learn and figure out and work with a program that I had been so artistically unmotivated and unmoving on trying to actually learn and crack down on. So you guys just starting a podcast where you guys are just shooting the shit respectfully. Ends up inspiring. It ends up inspiring me to do something more and actually work out that type of creativity and have fun and be able to create something and work towards something I'm more proud of. And that is fucking crazy. So everybody out there, just do the fucking thing. If you want to make a podcast, make another podcast. I don't fucking know. I make rugs. I recommend making rugs.
You make rugs? That's fucking cool.
That's cool as hell.
Remind me to commission a Foxy rug at some point.
Hey, baby, I'm working on it. All right. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, King. We have to one final thing. King, what is the One Piece?
Fortunately, we're gonna be fucking Dunkachino.